Joining us once again in studio here with the latest on the investigation in Aurora is senior CBS News correspondent and former FBI official John Miller. John, thanks for joining us again here. Now, at this point, they are looking at the apartment complex where James Holmes lives. He had put a bomb, some sort of explosive device, in that unit. As you've been reporting, he was hoping to potentially lure the police there and then distract them from seeing what he was doing at the massacre at the movie theater. Now they have to figure out what to do about that, and they may have to actually bomb or explode the entire building in order to get rid of it.
Right, and this is I mean, according to Dan Oates, the chief there, he said, this is a device like, I've never seen before. There are tripwires and other things. So let's go with plan A. Plan A is you have a device in an apartment. You don't want to put a bomb technician over that and put that individual at risk, even in a bomb suit. So procedure is you send a robot in and you remotely disarm it. You render it safe, render safe process, RSP. This is right out of the book. The problem is when the apartment is wired in such a way that if you open the door at all, the device goes. If you cross the room, the device goes, and you can't get a robot in there. What do you do then? And that's the problem they're facing and why they've reached out for additional experts. So then there's plan B, which is, all right, we have controlling features. What are those? We've evacuated the building, so we have public safety. We have the fire department in place. If it's an incendiary device, we will pour water or foam or whatever we judge is the best way to get the conflagration back down as quickly as possible, because we do want to get in there. We do want that evidence. We do want that analysis. On the other hand, and now we're going far afield here, but if it was built to appear to be an incendiary device, but let's say it's actually filled with high explosives, then you have a different kind of explosion. Still, everybody's safe because you're controlling the timing of it and the proximity, but it's complicated.
Well, let's talk about the time frame for a second here. Is there any urgency to get in there? It would appear no, because it doesn't appear that the place is in jeopardy of blowing up at any moment, so they can presumably wait this thing out for a good long period of time, right?
I mean, you've got the passive urgency in that you've evacuated the buildings. Those people are living in a high school. They want to go home. The intuitive answer is not, we'll get you home as soon as we blow up the building. Right. But I think where they're going with this is time is on our side to the extent that we want to examine every option before we take the one that seems to be most difficult.
If they do blow up the building, what happens to the evidence that they have been trying to collect on this individual?
So I think they think they're not going to blow up the building. I think they're going to cause a huge, fast fire, the fireball that comes with, and the fuel that comes out of an incendiary device, and that they're going to put that down very quickly. I think their hope in conferring with the fire department would be, we're going to have a fireball, an explosion, and a fire that goes with it. How fast can we put that down? Can we limit the damage to one room, 2 rooms? Can we limit it?
Let's be tactical about this.
Can we contain it to the apartment? And then A, see what evidence we have left. We've lost the device, but we've documented it. We've photographed it. We've done everything else. And B, can we save the other apartment so that people can return there?
How did they know not to get in there in the first place? I mean, what led to that? Because if it were someone else, we would just open the door, right?
Yeah, and this is not their first rodeo. Right. The bomb squads in this community are the bomb squads that responded to Columbine and found the multiple IEDs in the school. So these are very professional people. The Arapahoe County Bomb Squad, their main technician is the president of the International Association of Bomb Technicians, goes to the conferences and gleans all the lessons from terrorist attacks around the world. So when they got there, they said, before we make an entry, let's look in with a pole camera. They stuck a pole camera into the top floor window, looked into apartment 10, and then they saw the device and they saw it had booby-trapped written all over it. And they said, we're slowing this down. And I think that saved a lot of lives. Because the ruse to bring police there, as Rebecca described, was blaring techno music around midnight that would have caused either a neighbor to go in.
And a neighbor almost did.
And a neighbor said, I put my hand on the door, I felt the door was unlocked, but I didn't go in. Right. Or police to go in, and that would have pulled resources to the other end of town and given him more time for shooting at the theater. It's a very diabolical plan.
It is. Well, the ATF and bomb squads are on site at his apartment building, and we will bring viewers the latest. John Miller, thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.